What happens to your skin when you eat pizza? Every week. Right now, somewhere in America, someone is eating their third slice of pizza this week, and they have no idea what it's doing to their face. Not stomach fat, not cholesterol. We're talking about something far more visible, your skin. Pizza feels harmless. It's cheesy, comforting, and everywhere, from gas stations to five-star restaurants. But what if eating it just once a week, not every day, was enough to change your skin in ways you'd actually notice in the mirror? By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what happens to your skin after 24 hours, 7 days, 14 days, and a full 30 days of weekly pizza. And the truth is more surprising than pizza is bad. Some of what you've heard about pizza and acne is flat out wrong. So let's start with the part nobody talks about. What's actually inside that slice? Most people assume cheese is the villain. It's not the only one. And in some ways, it's not even the main one. Pizza dough is made from refined white flour, which your body breaks down almost as fast as pure sugar. That fast sugar spike triggers a hormone called insulin, and insulin is one of the biggest hidden triggers of skin breakouts. High insulin tells your skin's oil glands to produce more sebum, the oily substance that clogs pores. Then there's the cheese. Dairy contains a hormone-like protein called IGF-1, which can also push your skin into oil overdrive. And the saturated fat in processed meats like pepperoni and sausage can quietly fuel inflammation throughout your body. Inflammation is the body's alarm system. And when it's switched on too often, your skin is usually the first place it shows. Finally, there's sodium. A single large pizza can contain more salt than your body needs in an entire day. Excess sodium pulls water out of your skin cells, which is why your face can look puffier, not healthier, the next morning. So before we even get to a single day passing, your body is already reacting to 4 things at once: sugar, dairy hormones, fat, and salt. Now let's follow what actually happens, hour by hour, day by day, starting the moment that first slice goes down. 24 hours later. Within the first hour, your blood sugar spikes and then crashes, a roller coaster your skin feels almost immediately. That crash triggers a stress hormone called cortisol, and cortisol is known to increase oil production in your skin within hours. By the next morning, many people notice their skin looks a little shinier than usual. That's not your imagination, that's chemistry. The salt from the night before is also still working. Mild puffiness around the eyes is common in the first 24 hours. One slice won't ruin your skin, but your body has already started a chain reaction that takes about a week to fully play out. 7 days later. Now imagine this isn't a one-time thing. It's once a week, every week, which is exactly how most people actually eat pizza. After 1 week of this pattern, oil glands that were occasionally triggered are now being activated on a weekly rhythm. This is when small early breakouts can start appearing, usually around the jawline and chin, areas closely tied to hormone activity. At the same time, your gut is reacting too. Refined carbs and processed toppings can shift the balance of bacteria living inside you. That matters because your gut and your skin are directly connected through something scientists call the gut-skin axis. An unhappy gut can trigger inflammation that surfaces as redness, sensitivity, or breakouts on your face, sometimes days later. Sleep also takes a hit. High sodium, high fat meals late at night can disrupt deep sleep, and poor sleep accelerates skin aging. By day 7, the changes are subtle but real. Slightly oilier skin, the occasional new breakout, and mild puffiness that lingers longer. But here's the curiosity twist. Most people blame the cheese for this. The real driver so far has actually been the sugar insulin spike. 14 days later. 2 weeks in, your body's pattern recognition kicks in. It now expects this weekly spike and starts adapting around it. This is when insulin resistance can start to quietly build, meaning your cells need more insulin to do the same job. More insulin in your bloodstream means more signals telling your oil glands to keep producing, even on days you don't eat pizza at all. At 2 weeks, breakouts can become slightly more persistent instead of healing quickly, because inflammation hasn't had time to fully settle. Collagen production can also slow down slightly. Chronic low-grade inflammation interferes with the very protein that keeps skin firm. None of this is dramatic yet, but it's the first sign that weekly habits are starting to leave a weekly fingerprint on your skin 30 days later. This is the point where most people finally connect the dots, because a full month of repetition reveals the real pattern. After 30 days, skin oiliness is no longer occasional. For many people, it becomes a baseline. Their skin simply runs oilier than before. Breakouts shift location too. What started at the chin can spread toward the jaw and lower cheeks, a pattern dermatologists associate with hormonal triggers. The gut microbiome, repeatedly nudged by the same processed ingredients, can settle into a less diverse, more inflammatory state. A less diverse gut tends to produce more inflammatory signals, and your skin, again, is often the first place that shows up. Sodium-related puffiness, once temporary, can also start lingering longer into the week instead of fully resolving. And collagen, under sustained low-grade inflammation for a full month, can show its first visible signs of slower repair, fine lines forming just slightly faster. This doesn't mean weekly pizza is destroying your face. It means your skin has quietly logged 30 days of the same biological signal, over and over. Now let's clear up the myths, because a lot of what you've heard about pizza and skin is exaggerated, outdated, or just plain wrong. Myth 1. Greasy food directly clogs your pores from the outside. This is mostly false. Eating oily food doesn't coat your pores like a topical oil would. The real mechanism is internal. It's the insulin spike and inflammation traveling through your bloodstream, not grease soaking through your skin. Myth 2. Cheese alone causes acne. Dairy plays a role, but it's one ingredient among several, not the single cause people assume. Myth 3. All pizza is equally bad for your skin. That's false too. The crust, the toppings, and the cooking method all change the impact dramatically. A thin crust pizza loaded with vegetables and light cheese behaves very differently in your body than a deep dish meat lovers loaded with processed toppings. Myth 4. You have to quit pizza completely to protect your skin. Also false. The dose and the pattern matter far more than total elimination. Once a week in moderate portions is a very different biological story than eating it daily, which is the scenario most acne research actually studies. Myth 5. Genetics don't matter. Food is everything. Also incorrect. Genetics decide how sensitive your skin is to these triggers in the first place. 2 people can eat identical pizza every week, and one develops breakouts while the other doesn't, because their hormonal and genetic baselines are different. So pizza isn't a guaranteed skin destroyer. It's a variable that interacts with your unique biology, your portion size, and how often you eat it. Now here's the most surprising twist in this whole story. The order you eat things in can change the entire outcome. Eating a salad or vegetables before your pizza slice can blunt the blood sugar spike by nearly half, according to multiple glucose studies. That smaller spike means less insulin, less oil production, and less of the chain reaction that leads to breakouts. Hydration matters too. Drinking water alongside a salty meal helps your kidneys process the sodium faster, reducing next-day puffiness. So the real story isn't pizza versus no pizza. It's about how you build the meal and how often it repeats. So, after 30 days of tracking everything, what's the final verdict on weekly pizza and your skin? One slice of pizza, once a week, is not going to wreck your skin. Your body can absorb that occasional spike and recover. But the science is clear that repetition is the real variable. The same trigger every single week compounds slowly into a visible pattern. The biggest levers you actually control are portion size, what you pair it with, and how often it shows up on your plate. Choosing thinner crust, lighter cheese, and more vegetables doesn't mean giving up pizza. It means changing its biological footprint. And if your skin is already sensitive to hormonal acne, weekly pizza might be exactly the trigger worth testing first. Food science doesn't deal in absolutes. It deals in patterns, and now you know exactly which pattern your skin is responding to. So the next time you order that weekly slice, you won't just be eating pizza. You'll know exactly what your body is doing with it,